At this time of year, everybody from your major outlets, your IGNs, Kotakus, Polygons, all the way to your YouTube channels with under 1,000 subscribers are going to be doing videos on what were their top games of the year, each making great arguments for the games they loved, and making just as many people pissed off when they rated a Pokemon game with half the Pokedex missing higher than Hideo Kojima's newest masterpiece. And I could do that, but I already made a video on my favorite game of the year. Spoiler alert, it's Outer Wilds. So instead, I figured I'd gather the internet's rage.
The heat is swelling in you now. Give in to your anger.
And make a video about the most disappointing moments of 2019. And I don't just mean worst games of 2019, I mean worst gamer moments, trademarked. Sponsored by Monster. Because the title of this video isn't the worst games of 2019, it's the worst gaming moments of 2019. But I will sprinkle some positivity in because you gotta have some silver linings. Now, if while watching this video you find yourself agreeing with me, then maybe consider subscribing to my channel so you can see some more of my content. On the other hand, if you watch this video and you find yourself thinking, this guy's a complete idiot, tell me about it in the comments below. But without further ado, let's get started. Number 5. The original design of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Now, I'm by no means a fan of Sonic games, apart from the morbid curiosity that prevents one from looking away at a car crash. I was one of the 2 people in the world who owned a Sega Dreamcast, so I did get to play Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 at a very young age, and I do have nostalgia for them. But on the whole, I'll admit this franchise has had a bad time for the better part of its existence. But the one thing the Sonic fanbase has shown is that no matter how many terrible games or even cartoons you throw at them, they'll keep coming back hoping the next thing will actually redeem the fastest thing alive. So, when they got this, you'd think they'd hang their heads in shame, but instead, they got vocal about it. And surprise, surprise, it was announced that the animators would go back to the drawing board, literally, and completely redesign Sonic and re-edit the entire movie. And just recently, we got a look at the new trailer, and hey, I gotta admit, it looks a lot better. Now, I am 100% in the camp that this was actually a PR stunt from the beginning, but hey, maybe the Sonic fanbase will finally get another win. Just kidding, this movie will still be weak fan service. Number 4. EA's incapability to sound like a human being. Gamers love EA. This is a well-known fact. So it wasn't very surprising this year when Apex Legends, their free-to-play battle royale game made by Respawn, launched and dominated the conversation for about a month. The game quickly built up a huge player base, and a decent amount stuck around for the updates and expansions. Being a free-to-play game, EA had to make money somehow, and being the extremely fair and beloved company they are, EA didn't make the game pay to win, but did add an absurd amount of skins and other customizations to unlock. However, during one of the in-game events, the Iron Crown, there was a special melee weapon that players could unlock after playing the game an absurd amount, and after doing some math, a Reddit user broke down that you would also have to pay over $170. This prompted a huge backlash on the subreddit, where actual members of the team from Respawn who made the game came to defend themselves. They took it a little too far, and ended up calling the game's fans dicks, freeloaders, and asshats. This was extremely disappointing because Respawn, and to a much greater extent, EA have had a spotless reputation in the gaming community, and this seriously hurt their public image. And for this reason, EA is now disliked. Oh yeah, and they did this. Number 3. Dexit and the Pokemon fanbase's debasement. Around E3 this year, the Pokemon fanbase was split with the announcement that not all Pokemon would make it into the new game. The series head Masuda said that this was due to the game simply being too big to contain all of the fancy 3D models of Pokemon on the teeny tiny Switch cartridge. After all, there are now over 800 Pokemon in existence. Pokemon is the highest earning intellectual property in the world, beating out both Star Wars and Harry Potter, and it's well known for the catchphrase, "Gotta catch 'em all." However, this seems to be the end of this being true, and fans have been quick to let their displeasure be known, absolutely blowing up a fanbase that, while annoying at times, was usually pretty positive for its overwhelming size, sending death threats to the makers of the game and openly attacking anyone who even suggests the game might still be good. In fact, the guy who runs Cerebi, a Wikipedia-type site for Pokemon knowledge, has admitted that he has seriously considered stepping down after backlash from fans when he confessed that he was still excited to play the new game. Some Pokemon fans have even cited the Sonic movie, changing its course after Sonic fans' backlash, as the justification that they needed to do the same. Spoiler alert, the Sonic fanbase deserves nothing. Number 2. Blizzard's PR nightmare. China is a big country that is up to some pretty questionable things, such as putting people in camps, stealing their organs, and leaving them to die. But in a small region known as Hong Kong, or as the Chinese like to call it, also China, there has been a sizable protest going on since the middle of June. On October 6th, at the Hearthstone Grandmasters tournament, a competitor by the name of Blitzchung showed up on screen wearing a mask, which is a symbol of the Hong Kong resistance movement. He then went on to end the interview by saying, "Liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our age." The casters conducting the interview immediately ducked their heads off the camera, fearing retribution, which came fast and swift. Blizzard, the company behind World of Warcraft, Diablo, Overwatch, and Hearthstone, has a lot of money tied up in China, and, afraid of offending the government there, they took away Blitzchung's prize money and banned him from competitive play for a year, setting a rule in place that warns players against discussing religions, politics, or anything that might make Blizzard look bad. On top of this, they also fired the casters conducting the interview. It seems not even ducking out of view could save them. The internet was not too happy about this, loudly saying that Blizzard was in China's pocket and that this move was unfair. Many fans were even deleting their Battle.net accounts in protest, and with the company's major public event, BlizzCon, only 3 weeks away, they faltered to give a response until days later, and it wasn't a good one. Ultimately, they gave back the prize money and reduced Blitzchung's ban to 6 months, but the player acknowledged that it's unlikely that he'll return to playing even after the ban is lifted. The internet was left still ablaze with anger towards Blizzard, and with BlizzCon on the horizon, many speculated that there would be protests, and people wearing Winnie the Pooh outfits to mock the ruler of China, Xi Jinping. Much to everyone's surprise, at the opening ceremony they did in fact acknowledge the situation, although only slightly. They never actually mentioned Hong Kong or Blitzchung by name, but instead said,
Blizzard had the opportunity to bring the world together in a tough Hearthstone esports moment about a month ago, and we did not. We moved too quickly in our decision-making, and then, to make matters worse, we were too slow to talk with all of you.
This initial reaction didn't do much to placate fans of the company, but what they did next seemed to quiet the angry mob. At the event, Blizzard announced 2 highly anticipated games, Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4, including 2 extremely well-produced trailers. The discourse online quickly went from, "Wow, what a fake apology," to, "Wow, I can't wait for Diablo 4. There was a post that made its way to Reddit from a formerly angry fan who deleted his account in protest and was now begging Blizzard to return it to him. And while I can't verify if this was true or not, many stories like this have led me to include the gaming public's quick forgiveness of Blizzard as my #1 most disappointing gaming moment of 2019. 2019 might not have been as amazing as 2018 or 2017 before it, but there were still some great games. From Resident Evil 2 Remake to the absolutely amazing Outer Wilds. And there were some great gaming moments. From the announcement that we'd be getting even more Smash DLC characters, to Shenmue 3 actually getting released. And individual gamers have been making moves, from Ninja literally moving to Mixer, and Blitzchung bravely standing for what he believed in, even knowing that he would likely receive a ban for his actions. I guess what I'm trying to say is, gamers, be better. Don't wallow in defeat and disappointment. Celebrate the wonderful and inventive. Don't send death threats to developers. Send love to the people who create the things you enjoy. Don't forgive a company's shady business practices just because they show you a shiny new game that you want to play. Speak with your wallet and let them know when something isn't alright. I guess what I'm trying to say is, gamers, rise. Oh, wait, no. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, this is my personal announcement that I will be quitting my job at the end of December, so I can dedicate more time to making videos like this. So hopefully my output will be increasing very shortly. In regards to that, though, I should have enough money saved up to get me by for about 2 months, and then at the end of February, I'm going to be going to PAX East to hopefully make some connections there. So if you're there and you see me, say hey. But if you wanted, I do have a Patreon now where I post an exclusive video every month. And while monetary support is absolutely not required, it is 100% appreciated in my newfound unemployment. But if you can't support me financially, not a problem at all. I only ask that you tell a friend or share this video with somebody who you think might also enjoy it. And if you can't do that, just subscribe to the channel and check out some of my other content. It really, really helps out with discoverability in the YouTube algorithm. Also, I do a weekly talk show where me and a rotating crew debate the current gaming news. We go live every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. on twitch.tv/KingKaiser. And we also have a Discord where you can interact with me and everyone else in the show, staying up to date on the current news and seeing what content I'm releasing and when. But either way, thank you very much for watching. I should have one more big video coming before the end of the year. But until then, happy holidays to you and to yours, and have a wonderful day.